واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا.
الله أكبر كبيرا والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله وبحمده بكرة وأصيلا. لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا شيء قبله ولا شيء بعده هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وصفيه وخليله أرسله رحمة للعالمين وهدى وبشرى للمحسنين فصل اللهم عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، فها نحن ذا في صبيحة يوم العيد نكبر الله سبحانه وتعالى ويكبر بتكبيرنا العالم كله. Here we are this very day, the first day of Eid, pronouncing takbir, and this very takbir we can hear across the whole world. All the Muslims, despite their differences, their calamities, their injuries, their problems, they are sounding the same voice. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as it's been narrated in Bukhari and Muslim, he said, Inna li kulli qawmin Eida wa hadha Eiduna. There is a celebration and Eid time for every nation, and we as Muslims, this is our Eid, this is our day of Eid. So he is confirming alayhi salatu wassalam that this is our identity. It's not mixed with any other identity. It's very distinguished, very special. We should be proud of it and we should be celebrating this. And the common very thing, every Eid, we have the takbir, and we recite as well as the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Surah Al-A'la and Surah Al-Ghashiyah. So if we were to reflect upon what we recite and what we say, it's very important to understand the message, because we keep repeating the message. Sometimes we might forget the essence of it, the core of this message. So we are saying Allahu Akbar when we start our salah. We say Allahu Akbar when we start our Eid prayer. And after we finish the salah as well, the sunnah from today, from the day of Arafah actually, till the third day of Tashriq, i.e. after 3 days, after every salah, obligatory salah, the sunnah is to pronounce the takbir. Why that? Why we keep pronouncing takbir? And Allah Azza wa Jal commanded us, لِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ. In the verses of Siyam, He said after you finish your Siyam, you celebrate your Eid and you pronounce the takbir. The core meaning of Allahu Akbar is, He is the greatest. Nothing is greater than Allah. So for those who are suffering from calamities, Allah is greater than any calamity. You turn back to Him. He is your sanctuary. He is your peace. For those who are suffering from illnesses, your illnesses is not greater than anything. Allah is the greatest. Turn back to Him. He will provide you with shifa. For those who are suffering from financial difficulties, it's not the greatest in your life. Turn back to the greatest, to Allah, and He will sort it out for you. and so on and so forth, for those who are sinking in the sea, for those who are fleeing their countries, for those who are receiving bombs on a daily basis. Allahu Akbar. He is the greatest. He is the greatest against all the tyrants, against all the oppressors. No oppressor and tyrant is greater than Allah, but He will give them their chances. For a certain wisdom and reason, He is bringing the Ummah into this calamity, or calamities I would say. He is the greatest. Allahu Akbar. So it has to be engraved in our hearts, in our blood, in our brain, in our actions, that nothing is greater than Allah. All what we can see is not greater than Allah. Allah will sort it for us. But we have to do our best to deal with the means, to deal with these calamities, to deal with these difficulties. But through His way, the way of Allah is to turn back to Allah Azza wa Jalla. And towards the end of Surah Al-Ghashiyah, Allah said, "Inna ilayna iyabahum, thumma inna alayna hisabahum." Do not worry. Those who are oppressing you in this very world, Allah is sending this message for them and for every single one of us. He's saying, to us they shall return. They cannot escape this return. And then we'll have them accountable against all their oppressions. So do not worry. Akhirah, where justice will be served. Unfortunately, this world is not the world of justice. We might seek justice, try our best to seek justice. Even the Western justice, which we used to say is one of the best in the world, it is limping these days. It is suffering these days, turning a blind eye from the oppressors. And this is what Allah Azza wa Jal said. وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ. Do not incline towards the oppressors, lest the fire will touch you. And I was reflecting on this very verse and saying, Allah Azza wa Jal is saying that fire literally will touch you. Is it just the akhirah and for the believers who are turning a blind eye on those oppressors? But it turned to be no, actually. It's not just for the believers and in the akhirah. As well in this very world, Allah Azza wa Jal will punish those who are not supporting the truth and the justice, regardless of whom they are. So it's a fact. He is the greatest, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He will help every one of us accountable. On the reckoning day, Yawm al-Hisab, then we can see أيكم أحسن عمل, who is the best amongst you in his conduct, in his actions, in his character, in supporting the truth, in delivering justice. So in this very Eid, the sunnah is to have udhiyah, qurbani, sacrifice. And again, the meaning of the sacrifice is to celebrate what Allah has given to you from His favors. And it is suffice one udhiyah for the household. If the husband or the father were to sacrifice one udhiyah, it's sufficient for his wife, his children, or the household. And it's after the salah, after now. Your udhiyah starts till the third day, you can still do it, as the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And every year we have this, again, discussion. Is it permissible in this very special necessity which we are living in at the moment to have substitute, instead of the udhiyah, we pay money for those who are in need, because the essence of the udhiyah is to distribute it to the needy and to suffice them in this very day from begging, as the Prophet ﷺ said, أغنوهم في هذا اليوم عن المسألة, as it's been narrated in Sunan al-Darimi. So he said, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, do not allow them to beg in these days, i.e. you give them what suffices them. So if this is the case, then the meat will not do that job. And this is why some scholars said you can instead pay some money. And we have majority of the opinion of the scholars says no, it has to be a sacrifice. You cannot have a substitute and pay money instead. But nevertheless, it's your call to decide. We have two opinions. Majority says no. Some of our scholars said yes. Depends on the situation which you have. And the other thing is the day of celebration and happiness. I know we have too many things to be concerned about, but nevertheless, قُلْ بِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَبِرَحْمَتِهِ فَبِذَلِكَ فَلْيَفْرَحُوا. Say, by the grace of Allah and His mercy, let them rejoice, let them be happy. So we need to spread this happiness amongst our children, our families, our communities, and we know how to be happy as well, not just how to be sad and frowning. The Prophet ﷺ, he was always with a smile on his face, alayhi salatu wassalam. And he was the most concerned person about the ummah. But he was always with a smile on his face. So let's put a smile on our faces in this very Eid, and a smile on the faces of our children and wives and our neighbors and so on. So the sunnah is to spread this happiness and try to support one another, and especially those who are in need around us, the refugees and so on and so forth. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to understand the greatness of Allah Azza wa Jal in our life, and to live by this, and not to be concerned beyond what we can do. May Allah Azza wa Jal facilitate relief for the ummah soon. Ameen. Astaghfirullah. Allahu Akbar, 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 walillahi alhamd. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the two Eids a celebration for those who were involved in worshipping. So after ibadah, we have this very celebration of Eid. So after Siyam, we have Eid. After Hajj, we have Eid. So it is a celebration about ibadah and obedience to Allah Azza wa Jalla. So let's continue this theme throughout the rest of the year. Be in the status of ibadah and obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And teach ourselves and our children and our friends how to live as an obedient person to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in this very day, we need to turn back more to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be grateful and thankful to Allah. And as I stated, as a form of being grateful and thankful to Allah, we do the udhiyah, the qurbani. This is just a gesture, if you want, from the favors which we have received from Allah Azza wa Jalla, and the sunnah and sha'ira of the Prophet Ibrahim and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma ya Rabbi ya Rahman, ya badi'a as-samawati wal ard, ya dhal jalali wal ikram, nas'aluka al-'afwa wal 'afiyah wal mu'afata ad-da'imata fi ad-din wad dunya wal akhirah. Allahumma la tad'a lana dhanban illa ghafartahu ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا دينا إلا قضيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا ضالا إلا هديته. اللهم ثبتنا بقولك الثابت في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا، ولا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم فرج عن أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم نسألك فرجا عاجلا غير آجل. اللهم فرجا عاجلا غير آجل. اللهم كن مع المستضعفين من إخواننا في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصرهم بنصرك وأيدهم بتأييدك، وخذ بأيديهم لما فيه رضاك يا رب العالمين. وحد كلمتنا واجمع صفوفنا ووحد قلوبنا واجعلنا مخلصين لك يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمن علمنا ولمن له حق علينا ولمن أحسن إلينا ولمن أسأنا إليه ولمن أساء إلينا ولمن أوصانا بالدعاء ولمن أحبنا فيك وأحببناه فيك. صلي وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. عباد الله، كل عام وأنتم بخير. نسأل الله عز وجل أن يتقبل منا ومنكم صالح الأعمال. آمين.